Good morning everyone, and welcome to a little draw with me video. I'm going to finish off a Disney character that I started yesterday, which you can already see here. So I'll just open it into Procreate. So this girl is, I can't remember her name. So basically it's the character called Dolores from the film Encanto, the Disney film, and I watched it a few days ago and she's just so cute. So I actually started the sketch yesterday and I had a couple of reference pictures, so I decided just to go for like a portrait look. So I'm just going to make a new layer and I'm going to take the opacity down of the sketch. So I'm just going to go over with a new line art to kind of neaten up the sketch now, bring it all together, and then I'll be adding some colour. And I'm just going to use Tara's oval sketch brush. This brush I've been using like for ages for sketching. You probably hear me say it a lot in a lot of my videos and stuff, but I still really love it. I have done line art with the dry ink brush before, but at the moment I'm quite liking Tara's oval sketch for the final line art because it just gives a little bit more of a sketchy finish. So I'm doing the eyelashes on a new layer just in case I want to adjust them because they kind of almost go into the other lines here, and I might change the colours or the opacity of things and it's just easier. And I'm going to just copy and paste this eyelash, well this eye, and flip it around so I don't have to draw it again because I quite like the way this one's come out. So I'm going to start by making a new layer underneath the sketch, and I'm going to name this skin, and then I just colour pick from the colour palette that I have. And I actually have been liking using the dry ink brush at the moment for colouring in, just most of the illustration actually. I love the dry ink brush, it's always been a favourite. Anyway, I'm just going to take the opacity down of the sketch a little bit just so I can see kind of where I'm placing the colour. So I've done all the flat layers. I've done the top, the hair, the bow, and I also did a clipping mask here. So if you click it again, it will come up with this list, and that's where you have clipping mask. And so I just clipped that to the top so it wouldn't go outside of the top layer. And I also did the same for the eyes. So that's all my layers so far, and I have used the hard airbrush for the eyes, but everything else I just used the dry ink brush. So now I'm going to make a new layer for the lips, and then I'll do the earrings, and then I'll be onto shadows. make a new layer above everything, and I'm gonna do the shadows now. So I'm gonna turn this onto the multiply effect. Oh, first of all, I might just do some blush quickly. So I just select the skin colour and then I bring it over a bit so it makes it more for like a rosy red. And then I'm just going to use a soft brush for this. I'll make a new layer above the skin and set it to clipping mask. Okay, so back to the shadows layer. I'm just going to select the skin colour. And then I'm going to bring the skin colour down slightly darker, and I'm just going to use the dry ink brush. Now I'm just going to take the opacity down of the shadows, probably around sort of 20%, and then I'm just going to go to the sketch lines layer, use the select tool, make sure that the colour fill isn't on and that's just on freehand, and I'm just going to select all of the hair, and then I'm going to swipe 3 fingers down and cut and paste. Now it's on its own layer. As I'm on the darker colour of the brown already, I'm going to select it. And now I'm going to click on colour fill. And so now that's changed the colour of the sketch, so it's from the grey pencil kind of colour to a nice dark brown. So it kind of just blends with the hair, and that means I don't have to do any more line art on the hair because it's kind of already done. And let me zoom in a little bit for you. So now I've done the shadows, I'm going to do some highlight. I'm going to make a new layer on top of the shadows. And I'm going to set this to overlay. Just going to choose like a yellow colour and bring it up to kind of a white to yellowish colour, which is usually just at the top there. And I'm just going to continue with the dry ink brush. And as I'm imagining that the light is coming from this side, I'm just kind of giving it a little bit of shine over the illustration to where I feel like some light might be reflecting. And I'm just going to use a smudge tool just to smudge this bit out because I don't feel like I want that to be too harsh on the nose there. So I might even smudge a few more, I don't know yet, but I'm going to take the opacity down now just to check that I'm liking that. So I think that looks okay. Might just smudge a little bit more. Okay, now I'm going to make another layer, and I'm just going to call this soft light. Again, I'm going to put this on overlay. I'm going to use the soft round brush for this. And if I go to the hair and select it, just click off the colour fill so it doesn't change the colour. And then go back to the soft light. Make sure you always go back to that layer because I've done so many times when I've been drawing on the wrong layer. And just going to use the soft brush quite large, and then so yeah, just give it some soft light from like the light that's shining from this side. And then I'll just do the same on the headband, on the bow. Soft light, and then just I'm going to take the opacity down. I think I might have it about 47. And then I think I'm going to add some extra shadows, so I'm going to call it soft shadow. I'm going to put that to multiply, and then I'm going to choose like a purple colour. I'm just going to do exactly the same. So select the hair, go back to soft shadow with this soft brush again. Just going to create some dark shadows on this side. Okay, so unselect that, and then I'm going to take the opacity down to where I feel like it looks best. Maybe about 41%. Okay, so I'm almost done with this illustration. I'm going to make another layer. This is going to be for the light in the eye. So I'm just going to choose a pure white colour and use the hard airbrush. So it doesn't look too harsh, I'll just take the opacity down. And so I think I'm pretty happy with that. I'm just going to, oh yeah, I forgot the details. So just make a new layer above everything for details. I'm going to just bring the picture back, just so I can remember what the details were. Like she's got a few here on her top, which I totally forgot about. I'm going to use a dry ink brush. I've just realised that her top is a lot whiter in colour, I think. So I'm going to select the top layer and then go to adjustments, go to curves, and with it on gamma I'm gonna just lighten it up a little bit, and then go back to, I'm gonna go to colour balance and then just bring it over so it's a little bit more on the yellow kind of side. I'll put it to highlights. And then if I click my finger onto the screen, whoops, like that, I can actually just preview. So that is it for the illustration. I think it's all done. I'm just going to add my logo and then I'll be uploading this to Instagram tonight. So I hope you like it. I hope you found this video helpful. Thanks so much for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye!